My name is Christy Griffith with Soli Deo Gloria Music and Mindfulness, and this is part 2 of a chair yoga sequence that on a day that you just don't feel like getting on the floor. So if you want to go back to the warm-up in part 1, you can do that, or we'll just start right here. So I'm going to move my chair off to the side. You don't move your chair, but I just wanted you to see from a side view what you're going for. And remember that yoga is about what you're feeling, not about how it looks. So you're going to grip your chair with your hands and place your right foot in front of your left, making sure that the outside of your foot is parallel with the outside of the mat. And then step your left foot about 1/3 of the way back with a turnout to 10 o'clock. And you're gripping the chair. I just want you to stick your butt out behind you. Flare up your tail feathers. Feel like your sitting bones are arrows pointing toward the back of the room. And have a slight bend in your right leg, just slight. And then begin to reach your heart forward. You're lengthening your hamstring on the right side. And the way to lengthen a hamstring is not to reach toward your toes. It's to keep a flat back and to tilt your pelvis. So that's why the bend in the knee is important, because the more I bend my knee, the more I can lift my sitting bone. So you're concentrating on lifting, especially your left hip, left sitting bone. Now maybe as you reach your heart forward, you can get a little bit lower. So just grip the chair a little bit lower and check in with your feet. Feel like all 4 corners of your feet are pressing into the floor, and you can get a little bit light in your middle 3 toes. And then keep your belly button hugged in toward your spine, reaching your heart forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, begin to use some arm strength and press through your feet to stand up. Bring your left foot next to your right. We'll go right into the other side. This is a pyramid pose. Again, making sure that the outside of your left foot is parallel with the outside of the mat, and then place your right foot a little further apart and back with a turnout of your toes to 2 o'clock and stick your butt out. Again, a little micro bend in your left knee because we are stretching the hamstring. So take an inhale, reaching your heart forward. Exhale, begin to reach your heart forward enough to fold over your left straight leg. The lift of the sitting bone is what is lengthening your hamstring. If you have any lower back problems, if you have knee problems, ankle problems, leg problems, this is your stretch. The tilt of the pelvis as the governing joint in the body, and the lengthening of your hamstring is magical for your lower back. But you see how I'm keeping my back straight. My back is flat. I'm not letting it round. That's not a hamstring stretch. Lifting the sitting bones, lifting the heart, hamstring stretch. Feels so good. Belly button hugged in. Take an inhale. Exhale, begin walking your hands back up your chair. Step your feet side by side. Excellent job. I will come and join you back behind the chair again. At this point, this is a great place to stop if you did the first video and then this video. If you would like to keep going, I will take you through a standing sequence using the chair, which is a lot of fun. For this sequence, we're going to bring our feet wider than our mats with our outsides of our feet parallel to the outside of the mat. And then you're going to draw your abdominals in and up. Hug your ribs around your core center. And then point your right toes out to the right. Bend your right knee. You always want to make sure that your ankle is under your knee. Your knee is not out, jutting out beyond your ankle. Now press both feet into the floor. Feel the pinky toe side of your left foot. Feel the big toe mound of your right foot. And then all four corners of both feet are gripping the floor. And now, if you would like, you notice that your hip points are pointing straight ahead, but your knee is bent. Make sure that your shoulders stay over your hips, and maybe you can grip the air, reaching long your right arm and gazing over your right fingers. If your feet feel stable and your core is hugged in, lift your left arm and grip the air. Feel like you're pressing down on something in the air. Lifting your heart, keeping your shoulders over your hips. Flip your right front palm and reach it up and over for a side bend, keeping your right knee bent. Reach toward back behind you in this spot here. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Bring your right arm back down and straighten your right leg, but keep your toes pointing that direction. We're gonna lift our right arm again. Again, you've got the chair here for stability. And now reach from your big toe mound all the way through your right fingertips, belly button hugged in toward your spine. Take all of that length with you as you kick your left hip back behind you and slowly allow your right hand just to fall to your right leg. Now keep kicking your hips behind you. And again, a little micro bend in our right knee allows us to do what? Tilt our pelvis. So now I'm just simply tilting my pelvis over my right leg. And then option to lift your left arm and lean your shoulders back as if you're leaning against a wall. That micro bend in my right knee allows me to keep lifting my right hip up. Now I'm going to grab the chair, use some core strength, and come back up to standing. That was triangle pose. And then turn your right toes toward the front of the room. Let's do the other side. We're going to bring our left toes toward the left side and bend our left knee, remembering to keep our ankle right under our knee and our hip points pointing forward. Option to lift your left arm, gazing over your left middle fingers. Option to lift your right arm if you feel stable, maybe even drawing your feet together energetically. And then we're going to flip our left palm, reach up and over. If you feel like you need to hold on to the chair, hold on to the chair. That is what it's there for. If not, maybe you want to crawl your right fingertips down your right leg. Keep your front knee bent. Exhale, come all the way back up to standing using core strength. And now we're straightening our left leg, but we're reaching up and over to create a lot of length on the left side. And that length on an inhale, when we exhale, we're going to take with us. We're going to keep the left side long, and you're just going to allow your left hand to drop anywhere on your left leg, but you're kicking your left hip out now. Left and right hips are shifting toward the back of the room, and your heart is opening up toward the center. And again, option to lift your right arm if you feel like you've got some strength in your feet. It's in the feet. That's the stability right now. All four corners of the feet are pressing into the floor. And it's as if you're lifting up through your right rib cage. It's lifting. Shoulders leaning back like you're against a wall. That's where the chair comes in really handy. Just hold on to the chair. Take an inhale in triangle. Exhale, use core strength and arm strength with the chair to pull yourself back up to center, bringing your left toes to point forward again. And then let's just heel toe our feet back together. You did a very powerful standing sequence. Excellent job. Coming to our seated position again in our chair. Let's do a little core work here. I want you to grab the edges of your chair, hug your belly button in and up, and feel your rib cage hugging in. And I want you to tilt your pelvis, or bring your tailbone, tuck it under, so that you're actually contracting the lower abdominals. And then keeping it contracted, lift your right knee for 3, 2, 1, and down. Let's lift our left knee. Keep the tailbone hugged in, flexing at the ankle. One more time on the right side. One more time on the left side. 3, 2, 1. Now, if you can really get a good core hug, lift both knees for 3, 2, 1, and down. Very good. Reach your arms out and up. And now see if you can draw your thumbs back, lifting your heart. Lift your heart toward the ceiling. Stick your butt out behind you. Stay right here, or option to interlace your fingers and make a little basket for your head. If you do that, make sure that you can see your elbows in your peripheral vision, reaching them toward the ceiling. And keep sticking your butt out and allowing your heart to lift. There should be no constriction in your lower back as you're lifting your rib cage. If you feel your lower back is constricted, don't go back so far. It's the up that takes you back. And breathe here for 4. Listening to the whisper of your breath for 3. Lifting your heart for 2. And then inhale your head back up to center. Hands back on your knees. Let's ring this out. See if you can draw your left knee up and over your right leg. And then place your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. And maybe your left hand will find the back of the chair. This is another mid-back twist. So your belly button is hugged in, the crown of your head is reaching skyward. You take an inhale and then exhale, use some arm strength to twist at your mid-back. Completing the twist by allowing your gaze to drift over your left shoulder. Every inhale, the crown of your head reaches high. Every exhale, your arm pulls you into the twist a little bit more. One more inhale. Exhale back to center and unwind. Coming into the other side. Left hand on the outside of your right thigh. And then maybe your right hand finds the back of the chair. Maybe it's just behind your hip. That's okay. But use that right hand to help you turn into your twist. So inhale the crown of your head high. Exhale, use arm strength to pull you into that twist. It's a mid-back twist. So keep your hips facing forward. Again, option to bring your gaze over your right shoulder if your neck says it's okay. I give you options so you can go a little further if you need to. But remember, you are your teacher. Take an inhale, lifting the crown of your head. Exhale, unwind back to center. Excellent job. We are going to come into a time of rest. So I want you just to scoot back in your chair. Let your back just be held and cradled by the back of the chair. Bring your ankles under your knees. Allow your hands to face palm down or palms up. Either way. Take an inhale. Exhale, flutter your eyes closed. Let go of your belly now. feel your breath. Take in the deepest breath you've taken. Sigh it out. And take a time of rest. Letting go of your jaw. Allowing your eyes to get a little deeper in the sockets. The tension in your arms to drift away. The gripping of your hips, your thighs, your feet. Let those just melt away. Begin to bring a little bit of movement back in your toes and your fingers. Deepen your breath. Use a little core strength to sit up. Maybe stick your sitting bones back a little bit, press your feet into the floor, and let's bring our hands to heart center. Close your eyes, bow your chin in gratitude. Thank yourself for giving yourself just a few moments of breathing, of reuniting yourself to yourself. Feel your entire body in this very moment. It's been an honor to guide your chair yoga practice. Namaste.